We're here today to discuss phase B and the opposite of phase B of blue belt form. And going to our little diagram. As we talked last week, blue belt starts in the bottom square, finishes in the top square. So phase B goes down here, opposite of phase B returns to the center. So we can then obviously begin phase C. So this is not a very difficult segment as far as stances or trying to remember what hand the techniques are done on, because there's only one stance. It's a middle stance. And all the techniques in phase B, are done with your left hand. All the techniques in phase B opposite are done with your right hand. So I think it's really easy to get across to your students to teach this segment, because you really don't have to worry about more than one side of the body or more than one stance. So again, let's just discuss middle stance real quickly. Middle stance, we want our feet a little bit wider than shoulder width, knees bent, weight is centered, feet going forward. Try and get those knees outside of the knees, inside the feet, to make sure that you're in the proper stance. So phase B, as far as techniques, is a left ridge hand block, followed by a left knife hand block. Knife hand low block, followed by number 3 hook kick, round kick combination, left back fist to the middle section, and then a left knife hand strike. Conversely, the phase B opposite is right hand ridge hand block, right hand low block, right number 3 hook kick, round kick combination, right back fist, right knife hand strike. So we're not going to talk about transitions at this point. We will talk about them when we get into the form. This is just, like I said, it's one stance, one side of the body. So you're just moving down that line in a linear motion. There's nothing very difficult about this. Now, as we're learning this form, obviously our chambers, we're really going to emphasize our chambers. So phase B, ridge hand block, chamber comes underneath, retracting hand above. We just want to, this is going to be to the middle section. We then will low block, really over accentuate the chamber position as we're learning it. Number 3 hook kick, round kick, overemphasize the chamber for the knife hand strike, knife hand block. Middle, again, overemphasize the chamber for the knife hand strike. So again, left hand side, ridge hand block, knife hand low block, hook, round, back fist middle, knife hand strike high. Now, I didn't do it very well because I was looking at the camera, teaching to the camera, but as we do this, we want to be looking the direction we're going. So conversely, right side of our body, ridge hand block, knife hand low block, number 3 hook, round, back fist, knife hand strike high. So again, as we're teaching that, we really want to overemphasize the chambers for those blocks. Ridge hand, knife hand, back fist, knife hand strike. As we get more comfortable with this, we want to make it flow a little bit more. Just like any other form, there's a difference between training it and performing it. So as I perform it, it's going to be a lot more smooth. It's not going to be so stiff. And I talk about this all the time when we talk about forms, but just as a demonstration, and let's talk about hand and foot timing real quick for moves number 1 and number 5. That's where our hand and foot timing comes into place. So while we're talking about making our chambers a little bit smoother, our movements a little bit smoother, I will also demonstrate the hand and foot timing. So hand and foot timing for the ridge hand: strike here, low block, hook, round. Now I really need to concentrate on rechambering this kick so that I can get in position for that back fist, really get that hand and foot timing moving. And I know I said I was going to talk about smoothness and I didn't. But let me talk about that hand and foot timing again on number 1 and number 5. We really want to, as our foot is landing, we are making that strike, ridge hand block or back fist. The ridge hand block, the hand and foot timing is really pretty easy because we're starting as we transition. We're starting from this position here, feet closed, and we're doing that block. The difficult one is that back fist. As I said, we really have to rechamber that round kick so I can chamber the back fist to get the hand and foot timing that we want in the back fist. So again, if I were performing this, it would be a lot more smooth. Right side. So I'll do that one more time towards the camera so you can see it. Left side. Right side. So that is the form. 6 segments. Again, pretty simple because we're doing middle stances and everything's done with the one side of the body. As far as base and trajectory, joint position, follow through, we've talked about it a lot before. The base, we really have to have good starting and ending positions for our techniques to be done correctly. Trajectory, pretty much the trajectory in this, the ridge hand, the knife hand low block, the back fist, the knife hand, all are swinging motions, and they're all pretty much going out either to the right or to the left. Joint positions, there's really no tricky joint positions that we haven't talked about before. We talked about the ridge hand block. We want that joint position so that we're striking here. Knife hand block, we want the hand so that we're striking here. Back fist, we want a nice, just like we've talked about in punches before, we want that palm or that joint nice and tight. So as I'm doing that back fist, I'm hitting with these 2 knuckles here. I can't be loose or there's going to be an injury. If I lead with my hand like this, I'm not going to hit with the knuckle. That needs to be straight. So that's really it about the base trajectory, follow through, and joint position. Last thing, we're going to touch just a little bit on belief in ourselves. We have to believe in ourselves if we're going to be successful. We've talked about this in the last several videos. But what's important about this is that we have to know that our parents also believe in us. Regardless of whether we make mistakes, nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes, but just know part of that belief is that our parents also believe in us as much as we believe in our parents. So thank you very much. We'll see you next time.